Hello, my name is Andrés Gallardo Bustillo. I am the director of One Empire Under God. And if we want to know a little bit more about One Empire Under God, listen to this conversation. When did I first fall in love with theater and why did I have to be part of the theater world? Well, I fell in love first with theater when I was 6 years old. I went to this play in Colombia from a company called Music Productions that I ended up being part of later on. Um, and I saw it was like a Christmas show, and they have like usually like two shows. One that's like they call it like universal repertories or like Oliver, Annie, and then like in Christmas they do a huge Christmas show. And I saw their Christmas show, and it happened to have one kid that was on stage, and I just was like, I want to be that kid. So I fell in love with theater then. And why did I have to be part of the theater world after? Oh no, it's part of like you can't do anything else. You want to tell stories, and I really do believe that theater can change the world and the arts can change the world. So I just couldn't do anything else. I fell in love in directing later on in my career. I just like it was something that happened. I was an actor, I was an artist, I was a performer, like only a performer, and then like it just opportunities came up. I did coach. I coach acting, so like I did used to like still coach acting and actors, and then I got offered the opportunity, and I was like, oh well, let's do it. Fine, why not? Um, and then the more I did it, the more I fell in love, and I think that this is personally me, but like I definitely get obsessed with every project. I um it's like it becomes an obsession every time for me, if it makes sense. And it's very early on in my process, and it's in like pre-production, not after. I usually like in my process I do my research, and when I do my research is when I start to like get obsessed with the project. I get like all the music I listen is music that I think is good for the show. All the research I do and all the reads I do are for the show. So I guess that from project to project, I just change what I listen. I just change what I read based on the project. Why is the theater experience so unique? I think that because different from film, the theater experience has a second relationship. Well, a third relationship, really, because the first relationship is the actors between them. Um, of course, there's all the space and everything, but like, yeah, the actors have the relationship to actors, and then they have a third relationship, which is to the audience. And I think that's what makes it so distinct, because you are never gonna have the same audience. Like that never will never happen. If there is like, especially like in a place like New York, there is so many people that come to New York that are in New York for 5 nights and never come back. They scratch it from that list. It's like your audience will never be the same. So you have a unique relationship for the audience for an intimate moment that you two, the audience and the actor, get together to have this ceremony, really. And you have it, and that's it. So I think that's what makes theater so distinct. I met Anthony 4 years ago, yes. And what's unique about his writing is it moves very fast. Like usually scenes start in the middle of the scenes. Like we know that something already happened in the room, and it only gives us a sneak peek. So we only get to see the end of the scene. So it's very challenging, and I think that it's it takes us it's it only lets us see sneak peeks of what's happening. and then everyone formulates their own conclusions based on that. I heard about One Empire Under God when Anthony invited me to a private reading. He wanted to hear his work aloud. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come. And after the reading, I was like, hey, I want to direct this. Like, I think that it's a really great play. And the reason I wanted to direct it is because it's saying something that people need to hear. And I think that as all, what we're trying to do with the play is just ask questions, never give answers. And I think everyone's going to drive their own conclusion based on wherever they're coming from. And I think that's the beauty of theater. You get to ask questions, and then you get to people to take those questions and do whatever they want with them. It's actually very interesting because the first thing that people are going to see in One Empire is not the beginning of the story. It's actually probably towards the end of the play. It's a scene that comes back later. So people are going to see a scene that you're going to be like, what? Where is this in the story? And they're going to encounter this scene way later. But what they're going to see is basically there's a lot of movement. So there's like a choreographic piece at the beginning. Then they're coming to the scene, which is basically someone's being kidnapped. And there's this man just asking questions and asking for an answer. And we don't know what happened to this man. But those questions get resolved later in the play. I think that Anthony and I work very well together. Like, we run with ideas and we create. And it's a very fun process to have by the side of Anthony. In my team, I also have Harrison, which is my stage manager. I have Ella Rose, which is my assistant director, and I have a great team. I have Lizzie, my designer, sound designer. We have Valeria, which is my set designer from afar, and then we have, what am I missing? Nicole, which is our lighting designer. I have a great team, and I am very excited what they're doing with the show, and I am very excited that you can always collaborate with them. That's what I look in my team, like, that you can like be like, okay, as a director, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Turn around to them and be like, what do we do? And I think that's what art is about. It's a collaboration. So it's very exciting for me to have a team that is like, how about we do this? And someone throws in something. And then my group of actors, I am in love with them. I think they're all great. They always bring their 2 cents to the table. They're always bringing different ideas, different, even like sometimes I'm like, what should we do here? And someone will be, how about you do this? And I'm like, oh, good. Yes, let's do this. And I think that's, as a director, that's great because you're just collaborating in the room. You're just creating in the room. And that's really what I love. And like, that's really how I love to direct and my process. What am I looking forward as the production is happening? It's very hard for me to watch my own productions. I'm gonna say that because it's very hard for me to turn off director mode and just enjoy it. But like, I think that what I'm most excited about is seeing once the production, once the set is done, once the transitions are already like set in stone and everything, is seeing the actors play on stage, seeing the actors discover, seeing the actors find new things, even though our process with the director is done, but like their process continues. It's just seeing them live and breathe on stage. What do I want the audience to get out of One Empire? I think the main thing, which is the thing that when we do, there's a lot of fights during the play. So when we do these fights, is after the fights, usually the scenes that we have, I always tell the actors, just talk like two humans. Like, you're two extremes in the political divide, um, or in like your own beliefs. So just right now, just let it be two humans that have either given up or having a conversation, or like, you know, just two humans. And I think that the main thing that I would like the audience to get from One Empire is just we are all humans. We are all like, I know that we're all one. Sometimes sounds condescending, and I don't say it that way, but like we're all one human race. We're all one. So like the more we help each other and the more we try to understand each other, the more we can move forward as a society. Why should people go at the One Empire at the tank? I think they should go first if they want to have a great time. My actors are very proud of what they are creating and what we're creating together. Support the arts. Always let's support the arts, support the artists. And I think that it's important to go because we want to create community. We strive to create community. That's what we're doing with this play. Independently of your background, independently of your beliefs, we're just creating community. We're creating a place that people can come and like just watch theater and enjoy it. And maybe I ask questions if you want to be asked questions, and if not, just enjoy a play and then just leave. And that's what we're striving for. Yeah, so those people that can make it to New York, you can watch it from anywhere across the globe, which is very exciting. I think that after what we went through this year, we get to actually make the arts more accessible. So it's an opportunity that you can watch an off-Broadway play from anywhere in the world, and that's great. Hopefully, we can do it with more and more plays and make it more accessible to everyone across the globe. Hello, my name is Andrés Gallardo. I am the director of One Empire Under God, and we can't wait to share the stage with you, even if it's virtually. We can't wait to see you at the theater.